product or project or establishment that you need to promote? Let us help you get noticed. Take advantage of Hitting Hard Radio's Artist and Business of the Week April sale for $300. HittingHardRadio.com brings over 80,000 listeners a week in front of your art, craft, and or business. For more information, contact Sair at 414-502-7808. Once again, 414-502-7808. For all your advertising needs from the pulse of the city, HittingHardRadio.com.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune in Monday through Friday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. to OG Gotti and Fire in the Streets exclusively here on HittingHardRadio.com.
The METHOD Lab.
Welcome, everybody, to the Method Lab, to the METHOD Lab. Good afternoon, Susanna. Good afternoon. We are the Method Lab. We are here on this Friday. Give yourself a round of applause. You made it. You made it to the end of the work week, or the official week, because we established that Saturday and Sunday are weekends. So you made it. You made it to the end of the week. And thank you for joining us here at HittingHardRadio.com. We are radio you can watch. I don't know how I feel about introducing today, or what vibe I want to give today's Friday episode. So I don't know if I want to go straight into announcing our weekly show breakdown, or if I'm just going to play it by ear. I don't know. But yeah, we're here.
When you say play it by ear, that means there's something
brewing. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I just got a lot on my mind today. A lot.
Really?
A lot. Yeah. So just a lot of wheels churning. But most importantly, a lot of coffee. I had a sit down with Mace and Duhamel before this. Yeah, we got a lot of work. A lot of work that's coming down the hatch. You know, it's just sometimes you just go through processes and you go through experiences that you're just like, all right, I need to move. So my brain right now is in, like, it's like a fucking clock. I can see the dials churning. But yeah, how about you? How's your day?
I don't know. It's an interesting time.
That it is.
I had meeting myself a rather good one. Production meeting yesterday, and
yes,
got things brewing on the pipeline myself. Something that two things as well that will appeal to Blerd culture, but also to the fan base that allow us to share our show. And shout out to all 45 of the groups that allow me to share. Because, though you don't get the credit you deserve,
Good afternoon, Vonnie.
all you fellow Blerds out there that invite me to conversations, that share videos, that chime in, that like, and share, and continue to share, and push our shares to 100 and some odd shares.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And it's phenomenal.
Appreciate it.
Honestly, you guys are just amazing. Amazing, dedicated people for allowing us to entertain. And you always give us thought-provoking things to talk about and explore, which is amazing. Upon that, the meeting went well. Very great production meeting. Got a lot of feedback for a specific show in particular that I've worked very hard on creating and, curating and making sure it's up to par and up to snuff. And it was good to get that confirmation at the same time, know that, we're on the right track. And those possibilities are still fruitful, and actually more fruitful now. But also as well, went well, had great lasagna.
Yes.
Shout out to Gina.
Shout out to Gina.
Come through in the clutch so much.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to bring attention to the fact that I went home and I was feeling so great that I watched, picked up on season 5 of Breaking Bad. And I got to the part in the desert with him, Jesse Pinkman, and Hank.
Yes.
And it fucked my whole world up. It fucked my whole world up. For the last, these last few hours riding in here have been such emotional downer that even things that, reside responsibilities and things like that, that are already there for me to take care of. It was the watching, I guess, Bryan Cranston's character, Walter White, and seeing how all that hard work and everything, how it just crumbled over a simple, simple mistake or a simple, just being neglectful. And not that I'm saying, I was rooting for the guy, but it was just interesting to see all those twists and turns leading up to that. And that was the thing that was the tipping point. And then watching how everything just is falling apart, it's like, I'm like right at the last episode. And as much as I thought I knew what was going to happen, I'm glad that I was wrong on all fronts. Like, it's crazy, like when you get recommended to see something, because I'm a creative person. I like drawing inspiration from what I can see. And if what I see can make me feel something, then I connect with why and the how way much more. Because I'm an overthinker. And if I see something predictable, it takes it away from me. But when I see something that I feel is predictable and it just completely goes left and opens up a door I wasn't even thinking about, it's like inspiration just comes right then and there. And so far, watching Breaking Bad really did that for me, especially in this. because I was like, the only reason why I even wanted to watch the show and finish it was because I was tired of seeing El Camino pop up on my Netflix feed. And I was like, I really want to watch it, but I really just don't. I don't know the story.
Yeah.
Now, I'm nervous to watch El Camino. Like I really, I'm so inspired by the writing of Vince Gilligan, man. This dude, man, amazing character development, amazing twists, turns, just amazing to watch. And it's fucking crazy because the Ozarks new season dropped today. And I'm like, now I gotta go from one heartbreak to another fucking one.
We fucking unplug this shit. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
no wonder L ain't here.
dude, I as soon as I went to start season 5 and I saw it was at Ozarks new episodes right now, and I'm like, because I knew here I am, I'm watching the season finale, a series finale at that. Another one that I care a lot about. Same
right there.
damn near scenario right there.
Right there.
And I gotta watch it all over again. That whole, oh my God. It's gonna be a very trying weekend for me. Inspirational wise, yes. But at the same time, you know, aside from responsibilities, things we gotta do, edits, things we have to create, things we have to curate and prepare for, and yet our source of entertainment comes from families
Depleting,
destroying it.
I hop back on. I hop back on the DMZ
Fuck.
show. That show's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Is it?
Rosario Dawson.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Miklo's Mexican cousin. The hell's his name?
Brett?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me he's in there.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to ask this question. Because I found myself asking this question, and I do say this quite a bit. If you were paid to be an actor, and you had 3 shows that you could have been a part of, like that you would have gave your talents to, doesn't matter who it would have been, doesn't matter, but you would have had a chance to be one of the supporting or lead roles in that show or these shows. Top 3, what are 3 shows that you wish you could have been a part of, like as a character, where you would have loved to have been or play a character in them? 3 shows. Don't matter. You don't have to say them in order as far as top 3. I'm just saying 3 shows that you've seen that you wish, if you had your wish to be a paid actor, you would have been a part of those shows. Now, I know you're going to think about it. For me personally, Atlanta.
Okay.
Breaking Bad, yes. Because I would have loved to play Bill Burr's role. As the fucking guy that works for Saul. I would have loved to play that. Or one of Mike's guys. I would have loved to, or Mike. I would have loved to play Mike. And Sons of Anarchy.
Ooh.
Even though, yes, I'm a black guy, I would have loved to be one of the black biker gang members on that show. Yeah, small role, but still, it was an awesome show. I would have loved to have been a part of it.
For me, it would be, for representation, Law and Order. But like the original, like back in the first couple seasons of Law and Order.
Okay.
That would have been dope.
Not
Second,
rapping Homicide with Ice-T.
No. Like, I'll do that too. But I feel I'd be like Hector, just filling in a role. Like back then, it used to mean something. Geo, Latin king, killed his sister. Just fucking garbage as storylines, but yet very well put together.
Right, ripped from the headlines.
Dick
itself.
Wolf.
Yeah.
But for sure that now something in the same line, but not really more representation, just included in something like New York Undercover would have been dope.
Ooh.
But I don't know how good I can play like that type of New Yorker.
Right.
You know, I have to be like one of the fucking weird henchmen or.
I definitely wouldn't. I know I was young when New York Undercover came out, so I definitely wouldn't want to be big.
It's a whole different vibe. Yeah.
I don't want to be Malik Yoba's.
Where's Larry? He got killed.
Right. G. What's a G?
Yeah, that. But no, definitely Law and Order. I would love to have been on. Damn it, you fucking so many options. I would love to be on the George Lopez show.
Really?
Yeah, I was always a big fan of damn, what's the dude that does The Price is Right?
Oh, Drew Carey?
Drew Carey show. I always was a big fan of that type of
I did like
comedy because, you know, like Roseanne and like that was more like in that type of household type of comedy or blue collar comedy, I guess you would call it, right?
Yeah.
Like blue collar comedy. That and I would have to do like a serious role. So definitely Breaking Bad and Sons of Anarchy or even the Mayans would be in the wheelhouse, but that I was a fan of, that I would fit.
To me, I make myself fit.
Right? That's what I'm saying. It's like, damn, I don't even want to fit into anything. I just want to create my own shit. I would love to do a fucking buddy cop show like fucking Nash Bridges.
Oh,
like
shit.
that shit would be fucking fun. And
Wait,
that'll do my A-team fix.
Would you try to be Nash or fucking Teach Marin?
Damn, no, I would have to be the lead.
So you'd be.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't do any karate. He was just.
No, he was
around
just
talking slick and shit.
pretty much.
Don Johnson, man.
Don Johnson.
I don't think he. I don't remember him ever being able to really fight in films.
No. There's a lot of pull quads and shit.
Yeah, just look cool, wore jackets and shot shit. That was about it.
No, but something like that, no, or like, yeah, I think that would be my wheelhouse. Now, seeing how Boba Fett is, like, I could probably do a role like Boba Fett because that guy's, he's a good actor, but he plays that blue-collar superhero or hero where it's not really too much to his acting. Just when he has to, he turns it on. But it ain't like he's fucking doing... It's a lot of grunting, a lot of short dialogue, a lot of reaction.
I think he's on dialysis.
I think so. First guy to come out of the polio machine. Shit. Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. That sounds about fair. That covers serious drama, that covers comedy, and that covers like action and adventure drama. I think that's pretty well rounded.
Makes sense.
But I would have loved to have been on Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy.
Or the Mayans.
Amazing.
Mayans is amazing as well.
I
Which
like-
they have a new season coming out soon.
Yeah, I like dramas. I always had a fascination for dramas and even dramedies, where comedy can be used, but at the same time, the seriousness of it. Like, of course, honorable mention for me would be Fargo because I love their storytelling. But I really get drawn to those stories of people making those decisions that alter between being legit and then dabbling into what could cost them morale-wise. And those stories always intrigue me because if you notice some of those people who make those hard decisions are all people who have like an affiliation with their family, but they have that sense of urgency to get things done. And the panic is always there. The intensity is always there. Then there's always a sense of having to white knuckle it when you're watching them go through shit.
Suzanne says Beetlejuice, the Flintstones, and Hawaii Five-0 are her three.
Hawaii Five-0 now,
Or yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
or
the Flintstones, the cartoon, or the live action.
we talking Jay Hernandez, Hawaii Five-0? I think that's Jay Hernandez, or is he Magnum P.I.? I can't remember.
No, I think he's Magnum P.I.
Magnum P.I.?
Yeah.
Wait, who's Hawaii Five-0? It's not LL Cool J, is it?
No, LL Cool J's in
Was it the
it was
NC?
NC, LYLAPD.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who's in Hawaii who's in the remake of Hawaii Five-0. I don't know.
I have no fucking clue.
I don't know. Let us know. Is it the new
Someone
one?
tag Amber.
Right. Is it the new one or the older one with the ba-da-da-da-da-da?
She says the Flintstones cartoon. That would be dope.
That would be
I
dope
would love to be a
cartoon.
part of a cartoon. And she says the new Hawaii Five-0.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Beetlejuice. That would have been... To be a part of a Tim Burton production would be interesting. I'm very interested to see how it would be like on the set of Tim Burton.
I think he would have me dressed like Richie Valens.
More than likely.
Yeah.
More than likely. He seems like he loves that era of music and
Yeah.
just keeps it there.
And he would have any Mexican representing a Mexican in some way, shape, or form. Something that people can relate to in that fashion.
They probably have you make the chimichangas.
Right.
Chimichangas.
More chimichangas, please.
Look.
I can make some fire chimichangas, though.
Hey, don't tell me that. I'm going to hold you to it. Shout out to the groups that allow us to share. And I'm sure going to make sure that I get them all out to you guys.
I know I didn't go over the playlist, but I do want to announce that after the show today, Fire in the Streets. And one of those, Fire in the Streets with OG Gotti, is going to have a special guest in-house DJ. You know, we hear this guy is relatively good at what he does. He's all right. But no. Yes. Today, directly after us from 4 to 6 with OG Gotti, not only are they going to be playing the latest in independence here locally and nationally, and the hottest tracks, that new Future dropped today. So you know we're playing that. You know we're going, man, I'm ready. I'm ready. So make sure you tune in tonight for Fire in the Streets with OG Gotti, and the guest DJ that will be spinning tonight is DJ Eleazar Maldonado from Pitch Control DJs and Coalition DJs. He will be on the ones and twos starting at 5. So make sure you tune in at 4 so you can save your space. Make sure that your Wi-Fi is connected. Do a couple speed tests. You're probably going to want to hardline into your tablet, or you can't really hardline to a tablet, but you can hardline into your computer or your TV screen. So if you are at home, or if not, it's in the palm of your hand. Tune in tonight from 4 to 6 for Fire in the Streets with your host, OG Gotti, and your guest, DJ Eleazar from Pitch Control DJ. So, yes, we'll keep chiming in with these guys. So make sure you put the reminder. If not, the reminder is that we are going to be on the website at hiddenheartradio.com, where you can see what's going on. And, man, everybody, The staff usually after the shows or whatever, we hang out for a little bit and they go home. Tonight, everybody's coming back.
Everybody will be here tonight.
We're going to be in this motherfucker partying. So, make sure you join us tonight. I wanted to make sure I got that out. Tonight. Oh, and also on Sunday, if you're not doing anything, you want to get in some good cardio, we are leading the procession for Voces de la Frontera, Day Without Latinos. So make sure if you want to get some exercise in, the march is coming here from in front of the building, and they are marching across 6th Street, and they're going down to the lakefront. So if you support the movement and want to experience an amazing community event, I'm sure hundreds of people are going to be out here. Come be a part. Yeah. All right. I got my fix. That's all I wanted to say.
That's all you wanted to say?
Yeah. Next topic, please.
Also, make sure you step out Sunday to support the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes.
Going up against the famed Boston Celtics, who swept our rivals, the Brooklyn Nets. Healthy Brooklyn Nets on top of that. It's going to be a challenge, y'all. But we're not the types to run or back down from a challenge. We meet it halfway, and then we run the rest of the way. Right into the house, where we take their socks and move on to the next one. We got a battle ahead of us, folks. So make sure you support our Milwaukee Bucks as they take on the Boston Celtics for Game 1 in Boston. Mind you. It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be an interesting series. With that being said, it is Friday. And what a Friday it is. As you see, we have our day cut out ahead of us. We know what we're about to do. We know who we are. We know what we're about to get into. We know what lays ahead of us for this week, the weekend, and next week alone. And I will say this. Hot damn. It must suck to be a drunk person on a plane with Mike Tyson. I know we haven't talked about this. We never really did get around to it. And the reason being is because I really wanted to wait and see exactly what was going to happen. We wanted to see exactly how they were going to spin this. If people were going to allow the media to placate to this idea that Mike Tyson is such a dangerous person, when in actuality, looking at that video, that asshole deserved to get the shit beat out of him. And his friend, too. Even though his friend didn't get touched. He should have had the phone slapped out of his hand and shoved down his nostrils. But we'll get into that later. We will. He really was. I mean, of all things, you're on a public plane. You have Mike Tyson sitting in front of you. Does it really make sense to sing and rap and do all this goofy shit right over his head? Is that Mike Tyson calling?
I think so.
Oh, shit.
Welcome. You are on the line. Who we talking to? Hello. Whoa, a little too close to the metal thing.
Hello.
Yellow. Nah, they hung up.
Maybe it was the mic check. But seriously, folks, if you see Mike Tyson, don't run the other way. Don't fucking rap in his ear. Don't try to joke to him. Just let him be, man. It's okay to announce, that you're a fan of his and all that, man, but let the man breathe. Let him live. Especially you goofy ass people. I know y'all fans. I know y'all love him and everything like that. You love the Hangover movies, but for real, let's be serious. That's a human fucking being. Let that man breathe. Let that man live. Let that man fly on the plane in peace. Get your autograph. Sit down and shut the fuck up. You want to buy him a drink? Buy him a drink. Sit down and shut the fuck up. He's not there to entertain you. He's not there for you to entertain him. And if you're friends with someone who thinks it's cool to do this, you deserve to get your ass beat too.
Motherfucker.
For real. It's fucked up because some of these people, especially people like Mike, who are very well equipped at defending themselves and protecting themselves. But at the same time, the fact that he has to defend himself and then defend him defending himself is a travesty. When you see people like this acting an ass, trying to provoke somebody to get a rise or a lawsuit out of them, obviously they're in a prone position. Now, I'm not saying that we should be out there protecting celebrities, but I'm just saying, you see somebody being a dick, don't just sit there and record. Don't just sit there and watch.
You dick.
Let them know, man. Hey, sit your punk ass down. Because if I'm on a plane and I see a dude over there doing this goofy ass shit, eventually something gonna happen where they gonna fucking turn the plane around and have to land this bitch. And I got places to be. Now, Mike may slap his ass and they definitely gonna park the plane. But if I get in his ear and say, hey, sit the fuck down before Ro G get up here and beat your motherfucking ass. And then we'll let Mike whoop your ass outside the plane. Now he's got something to think about. Or simply grabbing him by his arm and sitting his ass down physically and saying, the next time you move, the seatbelt is going up your ass. And I will put the other end down your throat and I will click it and meet in the fucking middle. Sit down and shut the fuck up. You got to do that. Mike can't do it. Celebrities don't have the fucking luxury of doing that shit without fucking somebody saying, oh, we got to stop everything. But a civilian, a regular ass person that sees this goofy ass shit, hey, sit down and shut the fuck up.
I would have went to Mike Tyson, whispered in his ear, send me some ramen noodles. I got it from here. Put some on my books.
I'd have walked past Mike's seat and everything from up front and be like,
quoting Passenger 57.
take it easy, Ty. Take it easy, Mike, man. I'm going to baptize this motherfucker. Real quick.
Hit him with that. That swing.
Let me baptize this nigga real quick. Man. And I guarantee they'll be forever grateful for you for that. Just think about it. I'm not trying to incite violence. I'm not saying meet violence with violence. I'm just saying it pays to speak up on people being dicks. Whether you're a man or a woman, if you're out here being an asshole and you're ruining it for everybody else, it's okay to speak up. It's okay to tell the motherfucker, hey, man, sit down and shut the fuck up so we can go. Cut that bullshit out. We don't want to hear that shit. That ain't funny. I don't care if your friend is recording and laughing. You're going to get your ass beat, and I'm going to take your friend's phone. And don't forget, I know how to do the seatbelt thing, motherfucker.
Click, click.
Now, we could have spoke on this weeks ago when it happened.
Yeah.
But we decided we would wait. We're going to let an expert speak on this. And we do have that expert, but that'll be later on in the show.
What do we got for them now?
For now, we got a Friday mix, y'all. And when we talk about a Friday mix, we talk about a special Friday mix. You see, this week we had so many offerings of videos that we had this situation last time where we had so many in the drive, it just kind of popped. They were all randomized. Well, a lot of them spilled over into Friday. We did manage to get through a couple of the extras and the tidbits that actually tied into the week earlier this week. But this Friday episode is random as fuck. But for the good reasons why. You know? Because these are the gems that did not make the cutting room floor. These were the gems that we did not get to talk about. These were the gems that are not only remarkable, but even borderline weird at times, too. The only thing I'm proud to say that didn't make the cut was the cow vagina.
I did see that video. That shit fucking...
Needless to say, I saw it last night, and that's what started this whole mood going into Friday. Because I shared it out to as many friends as I could, and they did not have good messages for me this morning. I was met with a lot of, I hate your fucking guts. They should have never gave you niggas money. You're in Facebook, you should be in Facebook jail instead of me. A whole lot of shit. It was a lot, man. But it's all good. It didn't make the cut, but these did. So, let's dive into them.
Here we
Hold up, wait, before you know what to play.
Okay.
Because you're going to run around and do all of them. Listen, we're going to hit them with something special. We're going to hit them with 2 through 9.
2 through 9.
That's right.
All right, here we go.
We're here to persuade people to drink more Wilkins coffee.
What's the club for?
You have any Wilkins coffee in your house?
No.
I see you don't drink Wilkins instant coffee.
What about my future?
You don't have a future.
Why are we climbing this tree?
For Wilkins coffee.
I don't want any.
It's autumn and the nuts are beginning to fall.
You can't persuade me to drink Wilkins instant coffee. Ouch, okay.
Just a stab in the dark.
I've got 5 aces. Can you beat that?
I've got a can of Wilkins coffee.
In fact, all of the stories of Conan, Howard could have written them all and had all of this in the Dark Ages in a real historical period.
Robert Howard, who's a strange bird from Texas, wrote these great stories, most originating in pulp, I believe. He had a great gift for this perverse mythos of darkness and death, and raging and mad Wagnerian mentality.
He was convinced that the town wanted to exterminate him and this kind of thing, and he'd go home and board up his windows, load rifles. I mean, complete nut. But the best part is he's alone one night, and he feels a shadow overtake him from behind, and he knows that Conan is standing behind him with a large axe, and Conan tells him, just stay there and write. And if you don't do exactly what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to cleave you down the middle. And so he's so terrified because Conan just exudes such power and fear, and he can just see the axe glinting in his peripheral vision, that he just writes all night. And of course, with the coming of dawn, he turns around finally and Conan is gone. So he falls upon the floor completely spent, and he realizes, I only have to sleep for a few hours because then I must fortify myself. For when darkness comes again, so will Conan. And of course, Conan did it. And he wrote almost all of these stories in this very short period of time because Conan was standing over him with an axe.
Do not try this, we are professionals.
To day 9 of Johnny vs. Amber. On the left we can see Judge Penny forgot to take her judgy jacket home last night. Objection Foundation. On the right there's the lawyer I call Mum's friend because of how gossipy she is. Yeah, she's talking to Johnny's legal team. She's like, I'll give you a copy of my CV just in case you're hiring in future. Is that okay? Yep, I'll get back to my side. Bye. Another Bahamas Island staff member says, I heard them arguing. The only injury I saw was a cut above Johnny's snozzer. That means nose. That's about it. Cut to forensic psychologist Shannon Curry. She has roughly 3,500 qualifications. After listening to her for 3 hours, I'm convinced she's now the smartest person I know. She talks about Amber suffering from borderline and histrionic personality disorder. Amber sits there like, nah, fuck me dead. I'm not going to make fun of any disorders. Basically, the only thing Amber doesn't have, though, is alopecia. Oh, come at me, Will Smith. Mum's friend has a big-ass Penske file like George Costanza's. She tries to go toe-to-toe with Shannon Curry, and for lack of a better and less inappropriate word, it's a bloodbath.
You're incorrect. That is not correct.
Is your testimony today under oath that you did not tell your husband that you were going to be conducting the examination of Amber?
That is my testimony.
Penske activated.
Okay.
Because you brought muffins, you said, from your husband, right? You gave those to Ms. Heard, correct?
May I clarify what occurred so that we can stop talking about the muffins?
The justice system can truly be a work of art. 5 hours into the day, Johnny says, I need another mega pint of coffee, hard cut to violent logo, and afternoon tea. Police officer 1 saw Jack shit at their apartment in regard to domestic violence when called out. Day 10, oh, hey Amber, hey, is the general vibe. Then Johnny's car arrives to the sound of Bob Marley cranking. I'm not even joking about that. People at the gate yell, Johnny! Johnny! Over here! Johnny! Johnny! I've got leftover Easter eggs for you! Sean, the security guard, eventually says, move it on. Rottenborn is wondering, am I the baddie? Are we the baddies? Different atmosphere on Johnny's side. I gotta tell you, different atmosphere. Yeah, Cop 2 says, I didn't see shit in the way of violence when called out to their house. Cop 3, same story. Fuck all evidence. Amber and her mates in the body cam footage say everything is fine. Johnny.exe cannot be found for a while on day 10. Bugger me, where's the mega pint? More coffee. Oh, I'm tired. The courthouse will now present Alejandro Romero, front desk employee at one of the buildings where Johnny has an apartment. He vapes throughout the whole testimony, smashes a big-ass bottle of soft drink, and vapes again. It is one of the most brilliant things I've seen in a courtroom drama ever. He doesn't want to be there. He does not want to be there.
I know you guys sent me the papers to review, and I'm going to be honest, I didn't want to review them because it's been so long. It's like, I just don't want to deal with this anymore.
Johnny's reactions are also deep-fried gold, especially when Alejandro shares a story about Amber and her mates thinking someone was breaking into the apartment. Turns out it's just those fucking dogs, Pistol and Boo, making scratches on the door.
It's time that Pistol and Boo buggered off back to the United States.
They asked me to go inside the units just to check room by room to make sure no one was there. So I did that. It's part of my job, make sure they're safe, but I didn't understand why they want me to do that. I don't know.
After saying a bazillion times he has no idea how Amber does her makeup or her hair or what she was wearing in fucking 2015, he never saw physical injuries, he's like, screw you guys, I got bloody places to be, and starts driving away. Judge Penny is thinking, this TV show I've landed a major role in is off the chain. Yeah, Johnny's off-screen reputation has gone to shit, says his talent agent. The divorce lawyer literally has a mega pint of tea throughout her testimony. I don't think there was anything groundbreaking in her conversation with Mum's friend. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Day 11. This is a fascinating one. Terence from the ACLU, a charitable organisation Amber pledged to commit $3.5 million he dues to in divorce settlement money, is like, we've received $1.3 million, and Elon Musk has been picking up a significant portion of that bill. To be fair dinkum with you, mate. I reckon this testimony is one of the ones where Amber looks the most uncomfortable. The ACLU wrote the first draft of her op-ed. The email chains between the ACLU and Amber's lawyers are full of scandalous shit. I'm going to confess I haven't finished watching Day 11 yet. These videos are long. I think there's another divorce lawyer person up, more security / bodyguards, have to put up with Rottenborn by the looks. Oi, because I'm tacky and shameless, Objection t-shirts are available on AussieManShop.com. Link is in the post description below. Go AussieManShop.com/objection. We've got asked and answered, hearsay, speculation, and more. Anyway, my latest critical analysis is Amber's fucked. Maybe I don't need to downplay or sugarcoat anything. I thought it fair to play devil's advocate in part 1 because it is a big deal to conclude she's 100% lied and faked photos of injury. But then it feels like the truth is heading that way, doesn't it? I think we may not be in a full-on denial-based echo chamber because we love old mate Jack Sparrow or Eddie Scissorhands. I personally love the movie Sleepy Hollow. I reckon that was a cracker. Anyway, there's just no one saying, yeah, I saw physical injury on Amber after a verbal argument with Johnny or ever.
Because we're getting our story from the complainant, so what they say is everything with the crime.
No one's saying 100% he's a wife-beating psycho. We all knew it. Everyone around her knew it. None of that yet, at least, anyway. The amount of witnesses ultimately indicating this case is a nothing burger is adding up. But yeah, no. We have to wait and see. We have to give everyone a fair go and hear them out. Do we? Yeah, we do. It's what separates us from the animals, even though we are animals. Yeah, after the ACLU bloke said Elon Musk has paid a bunch of donations in Amber's name, it would be great to hear from Muskie, but it seems like that fella is in hiding. He's making it impossible to be subpoenaed, I reckon. If you watch TikTok, you'll see where he is. He's hiding at the top of the fucking SpaceX launch tower until the trial blows over, probably. There's no way to look good when you've been rooting Johnny Depp's missus in Johnny Depp's own apartment and then helping her pay her charitable pledges after the divorce. He is in self-quarantine. Fuck a duck. Alejandro Romero is the best witness I've seen in anything ever. If you watch one witness in their entirety in this shitstorm, I recommend this one. He's so straightforward and honest. He's lovable. Mind you, listening to Dr. Shannon Curry was super duper interesting. Modern psychology is a hell of a thing. It's confronting. It doesn't sound like there's anything positive or fun about being forensically psychoanalyzed and told with conviction these disorders are the findings. Like, not that there's necessarily fun things about other disorders, but you know, people find ways to manage and turn other disorders into superpowers. What I'm saying is borderline and histrionic personality disorder sounds like an intense life of emotional chaos, short-lived relationships, deep need for attention. I'm not excusing any lies she's told. All right, hashtag fuck Amber, no worries. But there's a tragedy to her human condition. There's a big old sad tragedy to it if she's found to be 100% lying. I got to keep putting that asterisk in there, guys. Come on. That moment Dr. Curry put her glasses on, by the way, was hot as hell. I'm aware that's inappropriate to say, but I'm self-employed, so fuck you all, I'm saying it. She put the glasses on and I was basically acting like someone in those fucking TikTok memes.
Fuck.
Anyway, it's up to me to explain this segment of the review to my wife, so no worries. As much as Amber's lawyers thought the coppers did a bad job, I don't think they did. The body cam footage is not incriminating at all. Like, they didn't shoot an unarmed person, so I'm happy. Yeah, like, what are you legends thinking and feeling overall? Let me know in the comments below. And please do hit the notification bell after subscribing so you know when my videos are out. If you're new here, welcome. You have 8 years of Aussie Man content to catch up on. All right, cheers. See, I don't know how often I'm going to keep these up. 1 a week, 2 a week, but I mean, I'm in deep now, aren't I? I'm involved more than Elon Musk. No, not that. No one's as involved as that. Fuck me. All right, I'm going. No, I'm going. See ya.
Caught a foul ball. That gentleman right there never moved.
Well, and it was so smooth.
You just don't chase it, Dallas. Don't chase it. little style right there. I like that. Never moved.
Well, and it was so smooth.
You just don't chase it, Dallas. Don't chase it. little style right there. I like that. Fan caught a foul ball. That gentleman right there never moved.
Well, and it was so smooth.
You just don't chase it, Dallas. Don't chase it. little style right there. I like that.
Crispy buttermilk fried chicken. Yeah, I smell that. That's that little cannon pack in the air. To a bowl with some buttermilk. We're going to hit it with an egg, some hot sauce. Now we're going to season it with some onion powder, a little bit of smoked paprika, some garlic powder. You know me, I'm going to use some white pepper and some kosher salt. Now we're going to serve mix a lot, get our chicken nice and marinated in that, pop it in the fridge. Now we're going to get some seasoned flour, coat your chicken nice and well, fry it nice and crispy. And you know I got a Bev stop playing. I've been on my feet working. That's word to Kim Kardashian. I've been a win goat, so I ain't even need a sauce to beat him.
Vaya con Dios. Brought to you by Planned Parenthood. Let me give one more of those.
Flat out. Wow. The roulette wheel of sexual harassment.
Right.
Now, you know what's funny? It used to be like that when you were younger. And things like that were a great idea. And now you look at it and you say, I think that's my niece.
Shit.
It's terrible.
Nah, it was more intimate back then. That whole fucking carousel of fucking hip thrust is has never been a thing. I don't know what that.
It's never been a roulette wheel of dick pops going on, just random.
No, well, yes. Man, technology has ruined us. Technology has ruined us.
Now, I've even avoided talking about the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp thing because I didn't want to take sides until all the facts were presented. And plus, at the same time, I wanted to see exactly how the case would come out because I actually tried to watch some of it and I just couldn't. I couldn't sit through it. I don't have that type of attention span to sit through court cases. I think the last one that I sat through, that I actually sat through and watched, was the Chauvin thing. You know? And honestly, even through that, I checked in and out on that one. When it comes to like full court cases, O.J. Simpson. That case had it all. Made it so great. I waited for him to make a fucking movie and a documentary about the court case, and I watched them both religiously. Because I remember the highlights. I mean, but this with all of his juicy topics, with all of the facts and the findings and the plot twists and the slew of characters and goofy ass testimonies that you saw. Even the guy who just pulls off in the middle of the testimony, like, I got shit to do. The melted ice cream. Who shat the bed? She cut off my finger. Johnny Depp spazzing out in the kitchen and Amber Heard laughing. The fucking nobody's gonna believe a man got his ass beat by Amber Heard, Mara from Aquaman 2. The meth lab she had. All of this shit. Everything all compacted into this case.
Don't forget, new Twitter billionaire owner.
Oh!
Elon Musk. Giving her the old hip thrust.
I can't forget about the $43 billion dick pop that she got.
Bang, bang.
And then the $25,000 dick pop she got from James Franco. Mind you, a canceled James Franco, you know, who probably slept with her to get his career back on track, and it did not work. To the point no one even brings it up. They were just like, well, he did buy Twitter. So that's why we're going to talk about him and not James.
Right.
That's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. But I don't know. There was a part of me that just, like, as soon as they said this was a thing and it was gonna go to trial, and I was like, cool. And after that, I didn't give a fuck. And I guess it's not because I don't really give a fuck about, you know, the fact that a woman is doing this to a man. I just didn't give a fuck that it was happening to Johnny Depp. And I like Johnny Depp. I don't really care for Amber Heard like that. But I feel like, you know, looking at some of the facts from this case, it was just like, wow, man, you had every ample opportunity to leave this chick, and you stayed for this long while she kept doing all this goofy shit. Why? She had a history of violence towards other people. Why? She beat up another guy. She fucking emotionally and mentally and physically tortured another woman. The last woman she was with. Why? Why did you end up with her? Why?
Because some people are fixers, Larry. Some people like to try to fix people.
Johnny Depp couldn't even fix me a drink.
Yeah.
Shout out to River Phoenix. In some fucked up fashion, as much as I vibe and ride with Johnny on this, and I do believe in justice for Johnny Depp, however, me personally, I believe this is more about justice for all men who are victims of domestic abuse that don't get this type of publicity, that don't get this type of day in court, that don't have this type of representation to dig those facts, to pull out those skeletons, and to examine them for the world to see. There are guys watching this shit on TV saying, that's what I tried to say. And you didn't have a lawyer to. You didn't have the funds. You didn't have the personnel or the cachet to get this type of day in court. Johnny Depp is going to get his name back. He's going to bounce back incredibly. His stock is going to be through the fucking roof. Why? Because people feel bad for those that are wrongfully accused and wrongfully mistreated, especially when they're celebrities. He said in court, there will be no more Captain Jack Sparrow movies. And I said, good for him. But a friend of mine reminded me of something last night. The world and the internet can be a very forgiving place. And when someone who has to prove their innocence does it and does it well, they will take every opportunity to make sure that that person gets the proper send-off to any project or anything that they do. You don't believe me? Chris Brown beat up Rihanna. Even though he said it was self-defense, he beat her up. He does not take any of that away. He doesn't deny any of that. His albums did sink in sales. You know what saved him? When he cried. When people got to see that emotion of how much he's lost. When people felt like, oh, we've hurt him. Let's give it back. Let's make him number one. And I'm not saying that's all that had to happen. He had to make good music too. But he was allowed to make good music. Those people who wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole, all of a sudden were extending their beats, extending their lyrics, extending their talents, extending invitations to come and be on this album and that album and work with us on this and that and this and that and this and that. When you're in, you're in. Johnny Depp may have said he's not going to be able to do any more Captain Jack Sparrow movies. He proves his innocence in this. He wins his defamation lawsuit. Not only will he do one more Jack Sparrow movie, but I guarantee he'll make $1 billion.
I'll go watch it.
Of course. Even if he says it's the last Captain Jack Sparrow movie, that movie, as ridiculous as it may be, will be the highest grossing film in that franchise. Hell, probably for the year on Disney.
Exclusively on Metaverse.
Dude. He may have missed out on the Harry Potter money. Mm-hmm. But you know how many people are going to be throwing franchises and projects his way? Just to say, hey, Johnny, we was always behind you. Just for Johnny. We always believe in the depth. Hey, we're thinking about doing a Tonto standalone movie. What do you think?
Oh, shit. Remember Night at the Museum? You want to be Robin Williams? You want to be Ben Stiller?
We want you to play Emotep.
Right?
Like this, listen. These are franchises that pay the bills, that furnish his lifestyle, that pay for his style that Amber Heard said he lacked. That was another preposterous thing there. She actually told this man, why would a modeling company, a clothing company, or a stylish company like that want you? You have no style. I looked at the camera, and even me, I felt it was weird because when she said that, I shrugged my face, and then I caught myself like, that's the gayest shit I ever did. Why would I just sit there and be like, bitch, like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I knew it was bullshit.
You did the neck snap.
Right. I'm like, dude, I knew it was bullshit when she said it. But it was the fact that she said it. And it was like, what planet are you living on? Yeah. I mean, granted, I always thought Johnny Depp was crazy as shit. I mean, batshit stone fuck nuts.
Yeah. Since forever.
Forever.
Since Edward Scissorhands.
But even in Edward Scissorhands, he was stylish as fuck. Yeah. Nobody could have pulled that off.
That's how I knew Johnny Depp. I knew him from 21 Jump Street, but when I fucking was even able to know what that was, it was already in reruns.
See?
So I never got to experience that.
Oh, I loved 21 Jump Street.
You know, outside of that, Nightmare on Elm Street, but that in itself was already.
We didn't even,
Yeah, we weren't around for that.
I mean, we were around, but we didn't know him.
But we weren't in development to where we're like, oh, wow, Nightmare on Elm Street, you know?
Because he was Johnny Depp, but he wasn't like Johnny Depp. Like, he was just Johnny Depp.
It was like when you got Edward Scissorhands, then you're like, oh, Johnny Depp. Wow, he was young. See, and we were young.
We were very young.
Very, very young.
That character stood out. And even to this day, we could never see anyone else putting on that suit, putting on those scissors, and looking like that, and playing it that way. There's no fucking way.
Would you have Brandon Fraser?
Right.
At that time?
Richard Grieco? Seemed like huh? Exactly. Tom Cruise? The fuck? Come on now. We could have Robert Downey Jr. to do that fucking role, and it still wouldn't have been as good.
The only person I think would be able to play that role is like a Jake Gyllenhaal.
You know,
back when he did Bubble Boy, like it would have to be that Jake Gyllenhaal.
You know who I just thought of, but it would have been fucked up because everybody would have died if Edward Scissorhands was played by Michael J. Fox. Oh. And I know that's fucked up to say, but let's be honest. Those haircut scenes would have went way different.
Sweeney Todd.
It would have been. It would have been. And I fucking love Sweeney Todd. I love that movie. That's one of my favorite Johnny Depp movies of all times is fucking Sweeney Todd. The Barber on Demon Street. I fucking love that movie. I can't see anyone else pulling that off. It takes style to be the kind of person to play these characters, and all of a sudden, those characters become costumes that you want to have cosplay in, that you want to dress up for Halloween. He did that. He did that.
Multiple times.
And you got to give him credit.
Fucking my favorite horror movie, even though it's not even scary, is Sleepy Hollow.
Fucking love that movie.
I fucking love that movie. That movie is
one of the coolest shits ever. They got a movie that good. They didn't even need Christopher Walken to say anything. Just scream. Just scream all through the movie.
That movie, because I always loved that story. The Headless Horseman always has been my favorite story.
I remember going to the movies to see
When
that
I
as
saw
a group.
movie, yeah. To see it in a movie representation and for it to be so fucking good, and spot on and compelling and gory, gritty,
just everything,
like everything, just perfect.
This dude is a legend, hands down. He really is.
Vonnie said, "Don't do Michael J. Fox like that."
Look, listen, I love Michael J. Fox. I loved him in Family Ties. I watched him in Spin City religiously. I watched his movies. I went to the movies to see fucking what was that? Bright Lights, Big City. I went to see all the Fast and Furious movies. I've seen all of his films.
Michael J. Fox is in the Fast and the Furious movies?
No. It was a different movie. But I've seen Michael J. Fox in a lot of films. Loved him in each of the films. However,
I don't think I've ever seen him in a film outside of the
Back to the Future?
Back to the Future and Teen Wolf.
Wait, so you never seen Doc Hollywood? Oh, shit. Him and Woody Harrelson? Oh, shit. That's a good one. Also, I got one for you. You know what? It's funny that you said that. I have a perfect Michael J. Fox movie for you. And I guarantee you'll be like, why the fuck didn't anyone tell me about this? No one mentions this movie. Michael J. Fox did a movie with James Woods.
Okay.
Where he was a Hollywood actor and he wanted to learn how to be a cop. So he tagged along with James Woods, who was a gritty-nosed cop. And he was trying to act like him and be like him. It was like studying for a role. But James Woods was like the straight man, and Michael J. Fox was the actor trying to be like him and act like him and do James Woods-like things, which was funny as fuck because most of the film is Michael J. Fox just jumping around and bouncing around all over the fucking place and fidgety and shit. But it was great because LL Cool J was in it. It's an amazing film, very funny, very gritty. It's different to see Michael J. Fox play somebody who isn't a kid. Or isn't like some young college student.
My favorite one
fresh
is the
face
one where he's sees ghosts.
Oh, The Frighteners?
The Frighteners.
Not a lot of people like that movie, and I like it.
I like that. Also, the one with the hand. Is that the one with the hand, or is that Seth Green?
I think that's Seth Green.
I like that one.
I like Idle Hands.
That
movie holds a special place in my heart.
Yes, it does.
On Halloween, you got to watch Idle Hands. Yeah. That was actually somebody tried to make that into a video game.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a 8-bit NES type of style, but it was like a website you can go to and play it as an arcade.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
I thought that was dope.
We got to bring back movie night.
We do. We got a lot of shit on the pipeline to do. But Michael J. Fox as Edward Scissorhands, Vonnie. He would have killed that whole suburb, and you know it. Not a single shrub would have been lined up. Everything would have been decapitated, and you know it. He would have cut Winona Ryder ass up within the first meeting. Remember when he poked up the waterbed? They put him on the waterbed and he poked it accidentally?
Not an accident.
Michael J. Fox would have dove in that bitch and shredded that motherfucker to sushi. That shit would have looked like lettuce floating around in water.
That's fucked up.
And that's not a dig on him, on his medical history, man. I'm just saying, there's no fucking way. As still as Edward Scissorhands has to be, Michael J. Fox is, he's moving and he's not, dude. That would have been a horror film, straight up. Edge of your seat, white knuckle, bitch. Don't let him cut your hair. He gonna set your down. I'm telling you, that shit. I still would have seen the movie. Don't get me wrong. Michael J. Fox, Edward Scissorhands, I'll be in the front row with a fucking raincoat on because I know bitches finna die. But I'd have been there.
We all float down here.
Oh, man. It would have been amazing. Amazing. Now, I do hope that out of this, Amber Heard does, receive, some form of responsibility that needs to be taken. I hope that she does receive some form of punishment somewhere, because what she did was bogus as hell. And nobody should slide from that. If a man did it, he shouldn't be able to slide from it, and it damn sure shouldn't be a woman to slide from it. because that's a misappropriation of justice. You can't fake abuse and then sit in court and expect everyone to take your side because you're a woman. Knowing you have a history of abuse, knowing that you're psychologically and physically abusing people in your life, that shit needs to stop. She needs to see her responsibilities. The chickens need to come home to roost on that bitch.
They gonna send her to the Calabasas Rehabilitation Center.
Probably so.
Or they sent on Becky.
Oh God. And knowing with fucking Elon Musk footing the bill from Space Needle Mountain, ain't no telling.
She's going to Pound Town. That's right there. And he's taking her.
And then the fucked up thing, since divorce, she was awarded, she was told to, donate to, certain things and stuff. And the ACLU said, she ain't gave us shit. We got our checks from Elon Musk. He ain't even involved. She got Elon to front the bill. If that ain't some simp ass shit, why you rescuing this bitch?
Lil Wayne said it once. Give his head in the strangest places.
Apparently, she got it at Johnny Depp house. Why he wasn't there? And that motherfucker filmed everything, I guess. I don't know. You crazy as hell, bro.
Two at the same time.
You crazy motherfucker, man. That's why I say some of this shit, man, it's your fault. You let that shit fly for far too fucking long. Right. But, you learn. And then there was the Conan the Barbarian thing, which I listen, I'm a huge fan of that comic, the movies, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I never knew who wrote it and how or why. And to find out that the man who was literally walking around in the late 60s and 70s talking like Conan did with the lamentation of the women. Like he was walking around believing this shit and quoting this shit verbatim, like this is how I live. And to know that he flipped out one day, skitzed out in his own bedroom and had an image of Conan, probably a half-naked Arnold Schwarzenegger, but either way it goes, a half-naked beast of a fucking 6'9" man. Right. He had visions of a half-naked barbarian standing over him saying, I will split you in two if you don't write my story. And he wrote,
yakety yak, yakety yak,
yakety yak, don't come back. Write it down and get it to the chopper now. Like, you have enough shit up here to fuck O'Hagan up for good. What the fuck? They sat there. This man told them, look, Conan came to me and he's threatened to split me in two with a blunt axe. And I wrote this down and I gave it to you. And no one thought to say, call a doctor. They just sat there saying,
more cocaine, please.
No, they didn't even do that. They sat there, they took the shit, it was like, he told you to write this? Well, first and foremost, this is fucking brilliant. I'm going to tell you that now. And I definitely see James Earl Jones in this role. Let's get this man another coffee. Is he coming up later? We're going to keep you here as long as it takes. Let's have him show up here.
Cocaine?
Cocaine? Let's keep you up. Let's keep you up. Let's cook it. I know how to cook it. Let's cook it.
Do you need a moist towel?
Right. I'm going to show you something new. Let's freebase it. We'll make him show up a lot faster. Like this, dude.
That's funny.
If you found out that Batman, one of the premier superheroes that you go to, that draws inspiration from, and inspires you, you're as a fan. If you found out that Bob Kane created Batman
on cocaine,
not even cocaine, because this is not cocaine. This was some LSD. He did shrooms, LSD, and he licked a toad's ass because he saw a half-naked barbarian. What if you was told, what if Bob Kane, and you asked Bob Kane, like, dude, how did you create such a character? And he said, well, I took this peyote, right? And then after a couple hits of opium and freebase cocaine, this dude in his tight blue undies with underwear over it and a cape stood in the shadows and said, write my story.
I'm vengeance.
Vengeance. I am a man who's now a bat. Witness me! And he wrote fucking a whole premise of Batman in one night. And you're just sitting here listening to this babble guy high off his own dick pus, babbling about a man in the shadows that he believes said he would beat the shit out of him and hang him from a fucking gargoyle tower if he didn't write the story of his dead parents and the Joker that killed him. Would that damage how you feel about that story?
No.
Would it hurt you as a fan, like kind of like dial you back? Like I like the story, but I'm not as drawn to it as possible.
Nah.
No?
I think it would be dope. It'd be great. It'd be Edgar Allan Poe-ish. The crazy bastard.
I don't know. I don't remember Edgar Allan Poe having like episodes like this where he fucking
but his
flipped out and he was stalked by a raven. He said, "I better write this shit down."
Well, according to the movie, he did.
Write my story.
Edgar Allan Poe was a demon slayer.
Goddamn raven showed up. Write my story.
Wasn't that movie with who was that? Was that
I know there was a movie with Edgar Allan Poe, but I never watched it.
Yeah, no, it was. I think it was called Raven, and it started Ethan Hawke. I think that's who it was, Ethan Hawke.
Don't tell me Ethan Hawke is in it, because I'm gonna go find it and try to watch it. I need
either that or Matthew Broderick.
Probably. Ooh, if it was Matthew Broderick, oh god, he looked like.
I know there was a movie called Raven, but it was based.
He looks
Edgar
like
Allan
he would
Poe.
be Edgar Allan Poe.
It was kind of like the role that Johnny Depp played in Headless Horseman.
Oh, okay.
But instead of being that character, it was Edgar Allan Poe solving murder mysteries.
I remember a lot of people really tried to bite off that genre, especially when Sleepy Hollow came out, because it was a huge,
Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, people was trying to go with it. Even
which is dope. But you know who fucked it up all up?
Who?
And ended that whole trend?
Who?
The what the fuck was it? The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh,
they fucking killed that whole genre.
You can't listen. You got to blame the studio on that one. Yeah, you got to blame the studio on that one. And the fucked up thing is, I love that film for all the wrong reasons.
It killed Sean Connery's career.
I love that film for all the wrong reasons. Number one, Sean Connery looked so stiff. Right. It looked like every time he ran, he was shitting himself. They didn't even try to hide the diaper. They just let him run around in khakis.
What's
and shit.
that smell? You want to smack?
Right. You want me to give you a first smack?
Smack.
I'll smack the shit out of you. I don't care how many women are on here. I'll smack her. The fucking invited Nemo, he was like Muslim. I'll smack you for America. I swear to God. You're a Muslim fella, huh? There's a law on our side. I don't care what God you go down on. Oh, shit.
Hit the front.
I remember when they talked about Sean Connery when he did Entrapment. I always felt that killed his career because they tried to make us believe that Catherine Zeta-Jones will fuck Sean Connery.
Well, she fucked Michael Douglas.
But it's Michael Douglas.
It's Sean Connery.
If you gotta choose, but listen,
it was the same.
I hate to be this guy, but if you had to choose between Michael Douglas and Sean Connery, are you really telling me it's a toss-up?
I don't know. That's Indiana Jones' dad.
He's wearing Depends. It's over.
But like they say, it all depends.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Like Catherine Zeta-Jones in the fucking cat suit, and she's fucking going there, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I have to mount you. I'm making 2 sounds." Get the fuck out of here! Nobody is going to believe this. They had Sean Connery out there like he was 20, and this man was 67, and he had no control of his bladder. I swear to you, at that age, your farts linger. They linger, and they're not alone. They're not alone. It's not just gas anymore. There's leakage. There's leakage. Hence the Depends. It's fucked up, man. I'm sorry.
You're really going at him today.
I'm sorry. I understand that. And trust me, if he was here facing me right now, I wouldn't say any of this shit. Why?
Give you a smack.
Because it would be a smack off. It would be a whole smack down. And I would hate to smack a white man like that. Especially one I respect. An Englishman. Sir Sean Connery. I have to put respect on his name.
Sure,
Sean Connery.
Sure, shit's a lot.
But to me personally, and this is my own admission, I actually did like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Did you?
I did. But I didn't like it like, oh, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
I liked it because of how bad it was.
Yeah.
I loved it because of how preposterous it was, how ridiculous it was. And I totally lose my shit when the plot twist happens.
Yeah. The funny part is
I laughed.
It had the same graphics as Black Panther.
No, it did.
Same graphics.
Listen, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is a terrible film, but it's a terribly good film.
Yeah.
It's very laughable when you look at it. It is the most preposterous shit you've ever seen. They took characters from literary novels. They said, we're going to make a comic movie based on people from actual literature that matters.
Jekyll, Mr. Hyde,
Dorian Gray,
Hansel and Gretel.
We got Captain Nemo and Ahab. And then it was so fucking crazy because you had this character, and this was a comic book. This used to be a comic book. For what comic book? I have no fucking clue. It did not sell like that. This shit was only popular in England. It was never like popping like that in a massive base. This was like a cult following, and the cult was very small, very exclusive. It only contained white folks because there was nobody black that was like, oh yeah, I love that. No one that was Hispanic was like, oh, I fucking love that comic. I got one. Nobody. But it happened. It got made. And they solely thought that with Sean Connery and saying it's a comic book movie, people are going to go see it. And they saw it and they laughed because his pants was tight in the front and the back. They were pulled up to his titty nipples, and we're supposed to believe he's a hunter. How? I can smell your farts from 50 miles away.
Downwind.
Whew. How you gonna sit there and queef in mid-stroke? I've got him. No fucking way.
More cushion for the push.
Ahab, bring up the boat. They were so boring. The group was terrible. I remember that film would come on TNT and I would watch it just to laugh at it. That's how bad it was. And I'm sorry, but Sean Connery, no. Never. Would have never worked. And I hate to be that guy, especially since he's not here. I really do. But it's the truth. To me, that's the truth. That's just, from being alive in that time and being aware in that time, wasn't really, not since The Untouchables. I'm sorry. Like, we've been fucking with Sean Connery like that.
Did Untouchables come after Indiana Jones?
No.
No, that was before.
No, yeah, that was before. And then, as a matter of fact, because of Untouchables, he got onto Indiana Jones.
He was old as fuck for a long time.
Yeah, he was. But you got to think, he was really popping. He was James Bond during the 50s.
Oh, was it the 50s? Okay, then that makes sense.
So
I thought it was more like the 60s, 70s.
No, in the 60s, that's when he started to walk away from it.
Oh, okay.
But for the longest, like, he was Mr. Summer blockbuster because every summer, here comes James Bond, and there's, and he set the tone. He's like, that was his role. He set the tone. He's the guy that kind of like Robert Pattinson coming out, fresh face. Now he's the Edward and his brother's Team Edward. That's how his stardom was. He did other movies and stuff like that, but him being James Bond is what put him on the map. And then he did that and kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. And it was a great fucking role for him. But eventually, when he got older, it was just like, I'm still doing this. I want to do other things. I want to do other roles. I want to be somebody.
I want to be Shurish.
Yeah. And then he went on and he did amazing fucking films. And a lot of them were really good films. I swear to you. I respect this man's career. He has done some very amazing motion pictures. One of the last ones I respect, Finding Forrester. A film I never would have pegged him to do. Especially because you see him in there talking hip hop. You're the man now, dog. Like, that shit that's one of my favorite things because he was drunk as fuck and I was like, damn. And honestly, now that I think about it, he probably would have been the only actor I can think of that probably would have made a really good Walter White. Like, that would have been a role he would have sunk his teeth into, and we'd have been having a totally different conversation. But, you know, Bryan Cranston, and I ride with him. But Sean Connery was the man. He was the man, dog. But eventually, you know, he knew it was time to fucking stop acting. The shit was, you know, it wasn't as lucrative. People were putting him in projects that were made for younger people. It was like, dude, why are you having him in this?
It was the Liam Neeson.
Yeah, it was just like, yo, like, come on now. Like, you're trying to get him to appeal to a younger audience to sell pictures because it's Sean Connery. But it was just like, dude, we're not going to believe this. We're not going to believe Sean Connery old ass is a cat burglar. Get the fuck out of here. You got to be quiet and your knee give out? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, snap, crackle, pop.
I heard your ankle pop when you came up the stairs, motherfucker.
That's because I broke both of my ankles, you asshole.
Well, Sean Connery doesn't break his ankles. But he does shit himself every now and then.
Snap.
Now you know who else didn't know it was their time to go and had to get a swan song? The Brooklyn Nets. And it just so happens this Friday won't be complete. We can't say goodbye to this week without giving a proper send-off to those boys in Brooklyn for a hard-fought season. You guys went through turmoil. You had to get rid of Honey Bun, Harden. Then you traded for I need a Bacchiotomy Simmons. Kyrie was, you know, defiant and taking COVID shots and shit like that. Found his own religion. Found peace within himself. Enough peace that he could play on the road games instead of the home games because he didn't want to fucking take the shot protocol.
As we all should be able to.
True. He took a stance, and honestly, I think it's funny how no one is willing to fucking sit there and say, hey, you know, sorry about that. But who would? And then on top of it, I mean, when you really look at Brooklyn, like their season, this was a season of compromises that just did not work out in any favor whatsoever for them. And it's because of that, they deserve a proper send-off. So, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Method Lab, the place where we watched Giannis defeat Kevin Durant, the Brooklyn Nets, and his big toe. This year, we're going to be classy. We're going to wish them a safe summer of fishing. And we hope that they're watching as we take on the Boston Celtics. And you know what? We hope they're rooting for either one of us. But we know they're rooting for Boston. Because they hate our guts so much. And since they do, Brooklyn, KD, Kyrie, Steve Nash, Simmons, this is for you. Hit them with number 10.
Get your money, man.
Yes, I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it. Let it take you away and be hopeful, hopeful, and he'll make a way. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay, cause we hopeful.
I wish that you could show some love instead of hating so much when you see some other people coming up. I wish I could teach the world to sing, write some music and have them tripping off the joy I bring. Shit. I wish that we can hold hands. Listen instead of dissing lessons from a grown man. And I wish the families that lack but got love, get some stacks, brand new shot in the lack, let's own dubs. And I wish we could keep achieving wonders. See the vision of the world through the eyes of Stevie Wonder. You feel me? And I hope all the kids eat. And don't nobody in my family see 6 feet. You dig? I hope the
And I believe all those things are going to happen too. I do believe Ben Simmons will get kicked off of a Call of Duty live session because he refuses to shoot. Shit, he refuses to do anything. I'm surprised he even played. I thought he was just going to sit on the bench and watch other people play. That's what he did all season. But that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, they gone. We ain't going to see them. At least not until next year. And because of that, we're free to move on. Now, I want to point your eyes to a travesty I saw. G, you attend church, you know, a lot regularly, more than I do. I want to ask you something, or better yet, present a scenario. And for you people watching too as well, the same question goes to you, those of you that go to church. Let's say, for example, the church you go to happens to bring in a group. You know, like some churches have like guest choirs come in, or guest singers, or guest groups to come in to perform and spread the word and the gospel. Let's just say one Sunday you happen to go into church and they invite this group. Let's call them let's call them a traveling group of singers. And they come to your church and they're here to perform. And they perform just like this group in our next video. And they give you a presentation. What would you do after seeing this happen in your church? Or let's just say, even if it's not your church and you go to a friend's church, what will be your reaction and your action, your response to watching a group like what we're about to see performing at a church that you're at?
Let's check it out.
This man was ice cold, placed in the tomb to save his soul. This song for them hood girls, the whole world, straight masterpieces. Teaching about sin, forgiving the lost in the city. Got nailed on across the town, but now he's back and he's living. I got caught, amen.
Jeez. Jesus Messiah. Jesus.
That's right. That's a choir group remixing a gospel song to Bruno Mars's Uptown Funk. Now, you're in a church. You see this go down. Could be your church, could be a friend's church. What is your next course of action?
Unfriend request. Unfriend. Control-Alt-Delete search histories and any type of messaging communication, because somebody in that building has some sort of child pornography on their computer and likes the fucking honey mustard fucking beef jerky sticks from the gas station.
God. I'm laughing because for some you're the second one to answer and it turns into pornography. Somebody always mentions pornography. The second I asked somebody this early this morning, and I said, if this happened at a church you went to, a church function, what would be your course of action? And dude said, fuck that. I'm pulling out my phone. I'm going on Pornhub because there is no God in this house.
Oh, shit.
I couldn't do shit but laugh because I'm like, hot damn. Hot damn.
Hot damn. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Look, you know what grinds my gears? This is what grinds my gears the most. I love when people take a sound and they create something original. Like when people start talking about Christian trap music, and I listen to it, and it doesn't sample anything. It has the trap beat, but it's an original. I give it a listen, and I respect it, depending on how it sounds. What I don't like, what drives my nerves, is when you take something that's already made, already as unreligious as possible, and then you start throwing religious lyrics in there. It's the most laziest shit to me, and it's the most dumbest attempt at trying to relate to people in your audience. Number one, if I came to church, I don't want to be reminded of what I danced to last night. I don't want you to come in and remix I Put On for the City. I don't want you to come in there and make your own Midget Mogwai Super Gremlin remix for the Lord. Don't do that. Do not do that. I came here to pray that off. I came here to get that off of my mind. Don't fucking give me Uptown Funk and say hallelujah multiple times and say, yeah, that's how we keep it hip and fresh. No.
Take your Skechers back home.
Right. You are not relevant.
No.
This does not make you cool.
Not at all.
Them whack-ass dance moves are not doing it, bruh. You're not doing it. You're not going to go to 35th Street and fucking Mount Missionary Baptist Church and do this bullshit. They're going to throw the Bible at you. They're going to stone you. That's what the fuck they're going to do. They're going to stone you and get stoned while stoning you.
I'm about to pass the collection plate. Cash App.
Shit, they're going to pass the collection plate to the front to bop you across your goddamn head for thinking you're going to shuffle across there and do some fucking, and watch, the fucking guy, the lead singer, he going to bust into a rap and shit.
Right.
Fuck out of here.
With the Solo G feature.
Oh my God. I ain't gonna lie, if Solo G does rap on that motherfucker, I'm gonna listen to the verse. And then I'm gonna beat the shit out of everybody on stage for fucking doing this shit. Like, son of bitches. All y'all going to hell. Every last one of you. And you're going today.
Jesus is good. Jesus is good.
If you motherfuckers make a Christian song out of body, yada, 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 I'm burning the building to the ground. Everybody's going to hell. Y'all fucking crazy. Y'all crazy for allowing this shit to happen. Now,
the only thing that has the exception to that is Music Soul Child.
Well, yeah, that's different.
That's
but that's already
fitting though.
But that's already like that song.
Yeah, it's just a flip of words.
Yeah, but that was written for that was actually written for that. Yeah. But they made him change it. So that I don't mind that. That's because it's already there. It's just like Jesus Walks. That's already there. That's implied already. You can do that. You know what I'm saying? That's fine.
Pop that pussy.
Right. Don't fucking take don't take the fucking trendy #1 Billboard song and then say, all right, let's do, I get my Jesus out in Georgia. Oh, yes. Shit your fucking ass off the fucking stage. Go sit your ass in the back. Sit dumb ass down. Get my Jesus out in Georgia. You gonna get the fuck out of here and go to Georgia with that bullshit?
Summer dress on.
Fuck that. She better have a summer dress on singing it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because I'm not going to see Pastor Barenthal shimmying across the fucking floor with all 15 of his fucking cousins and brothers and sisters all off
charming snakes and shit.
Right, charming snakes and shit. All of them look like they fucking. All of them look like
rest
they
in
fucking.
Peace, Pastor Bob. You got bit last week.
All of them look like fucking stunt doubles from Seventh Heaven. Get the fuck off this goddamn stage.
Oh, shit. Well, at least one of them's name is Earl.
Talk about Jesus takes the leap. Yeah, he leaps all on the down low. Get the fuck off the stage, man. Get off the fucking stage. And get your freak on into a goddamn gospel record just so they can fucking look cool. Get your bitch ass off the stage. Now, you want to really impress me? Take a Christian song and then remix it to put them on the glass. Then I'll sit there and I'll be like, all right. Sir Mix-a-Lot, you definitely did your homework.
Never would have made it.
Right. You better off doing that shit.
In the trap.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, that's funny.
Y'all crazy as hell, man. Sit y'all asses down. Now, we've come to the part, like we said, we were going to let an expert speak on how to conduct yourself in a situation with Mike Tyson, especially on the plane. Now, this expert is a trained expert. He's been featured on this show many, many times because we seek our self-defense activities and our training through him. He is the master, the creator, the leader, and the teacher, the sensei and the guru of Ameridote martial arts. That's right, folks. That's right. Our very own Ameridote master is going to show us exactly how to defend yourself in a Mike Tyson situation, especially if you're flying on American Airlines.
Here we go.
Master Ken here with another Secret Street Fighting tip. Recently someone sent me a video depicting a daring dude bro antagonizing retired heavyweight boxer and ear connoisseur Mike Tyson until he finally couldn't take it anymore, lost his cool, and then popped him in the pie hole. Now, some people feel that the champ overreacted, while others believe that Mike Tyson's punch-out was justified. That's why today's video is all about Mike Tyson's mid-air mishap. All right, so for those of you who have not yet seen the viral video of the incident, I'm going to explain what Mike Tyson did wrong. Let's say that I am the second most dangerous fighter in the world, Mike Tyson. I'm sitting on the airplane trying to enjoy my in-flight movie, which is my favorite, A History of Violence. My speech pattern is recognized by an onlooker who asks for a selfie.
Mike, dude, Iron Mike, dude, I'm such a fan. I love boxing. Mike, I love fighting. Can I get a selfie? Mike, can I get a selfie?
Having been famous for many, many years, I oblige.
Oh, Mike, you're the best, man. You're so cool. Thank you, Mike. Oh, man.
I assume that I'm going to be able to go back to my movie and my snacks. Unfortunately, the onlooker, the dude bro, has other plans.
Oh, who's your favorite fighter? Like, what? Hey, did they ever ask you to be in Power Rangers? Because I always thought when I was a kid, you know what this show's missing is Mike Tyson. You remember that time you bit the guy's ear? You remember when Brad Pitt was banging your girlfriend? That was weird, huh? What if like we sparred? Could you beat Thanos? What about Bruce Lee though? Do you think you could beat up Bruce Lee? Like, I'll bet you could beat up Bruce Lee though. Mike? Hey, when you're flying, do you feel like you're closer to your pigeons? Mike, hey Mike. Mike. Hey Mike. Michael. Mr. Tyson.
As you can see, since he refuses to stop, it's time for a mic drop. Now, as we saw in the video, Mike immediately launched into a flying fisticuff technique, punching his opponent many times in the face. Because he did not know Amaradote, there are 3 things he did wrong. Number 1, he did not utilize his environment. If he really wanted to launch an aerial assault on this antagonistic alcoholic, he would have thrown his drink right in his face, okay? Then he could have made sure that the in-flight meal was a mild concussion by smashing his head into the tray table, causing his head to fall into the aisle, putting his cranium on a collision course with a snack cart. The second thing that he did wrong was not utilizing any grabs. Because he is a boxer, he's only familiar with striking techniques. But there are many, many things that you can utilize that will actually stop your opponent that involve grabbing them using a tiger claw. For instance, he could have clamped down on his throat, causing restricted airspace. Next thing he could have done is take a claw and clamp him in the cockpit, here, using his control tower to get him to stand up so that I can attack his landing gear, sending him down for a crash landing. And the third thing that he didn't do...
Hey Mike, is there gonna be another Hangover? Are you gonna maybe be in the next Fast and the Furious? That'd be, I think, a cool career move for you. Like, everybody's doing it. They got John Cena in it. They got The Rock. Why not Mike Tyson? You know what I mean? That's what I keep thinking every time I watch Fast and the Furious. Where's Iron Mike Tyson? He beat up Tyrese easy. You know? I bet you'd have good on-screen chemistry with Charlize Theron, too.
The third thing he didn't do that I would have is gone in for my final approach and re-stomp that groin. All right, those were the 3 things that Mike Tyson did wrong during his mid-air mishap. I want to thank Nasty Nate Harris for playing the JetBlue Jackoff. If people want to follow you, what do?
At Nasty Nate Harris across all social media.
As always, I'm Master Ken, reminding you to always re-stomp that groin. That was another Secret Street Fighting tip. Us. Thanks for watching our video. Remember, you can order your own personalized video message from me.
Now, he's not lying there. However, Mike, in my opinion, should have took a playbook out of the great Action Jackson. Are you familiar with Action Jackson? Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Action Jackson. But back in my day, in our day, of action hero lore, aside from Commando, Rambo, McClane, Dirty Harry, the Death Wish psychopath xenophobe killer, all of these fucking badass, fucked up, crooked ass, gunslinging cops, there was one man of color by the name of Action Jackson. And when Action Jackson was provoked, he went into full-blown action mode. And I happen to have an example. Hit him with video, what is that, 13?
Here we go.
Check this out.
Previously on Action Jackson. Super Cop Action Jackson finished up having lunch with Sharon Stone at Red Lobster. They ate about 100 Cheddar Bay biscuits. They good. And he was about to go home and get into Sharon Stone's Cheddar Bay biscuit when the hitman in a taxi tried to run them over. You okay? Stay here. I gotta catch a cab. The cab was doing about 50, and so was Jackson. On foot. Then he jumped on the roof. The hitman was driving all crazy. That truck in the back barely got hit, but it exploded. About 5 people dead. One Apollo Creed punch, windshield gone. The hitman hit the brakes. Jackson rolled off in the street, started talking trash. Come on and hit me. Do it. I know you killed Abraham Lincoln. What? Then kill me if you got the guts. Yeah! Jackson flipped. The taxi crashed into a building. Jackson ran up, but the bad guy was gone. So Jackson just left. Ran back to smash Sharon Stone's Cheddar Bay biscuit.
You see? No harm, no foul, no lawsuit.
Nothing.
And I'm pretty sure had there been a phone out, it would have went viral for all the right reasons. Said, look at that man go. He should run for the Olympics. The car was going 50 miles an hour. Action Jackson, Apollo Creed there, was running a good 53. Why do I say that? Because the car had him by the nose. Right. But he ran parallel to the driver's seat just so that he can get his attention.
That good heel toe.
Oh, yeah. And he did that in Stacey Adams.
Yep.
Stacey Adams in khakis and a suit coat. Mind you, and he had a bottomless pit of Cheddar Bay biscuits on top of that.
And Sharon Stone's.
Oh, yeah. And her Cheddar Bay biscuits waiting by the taxi. Yeah. Or by his car, the Cutlass that he had parked outside Red Lobster. Now, I hate to beat a dead horse, but there's no fucking way you're going to convince us that Sean Connery could do that shit, especially at 67. But they tried.
Did they?
With Catherine Zeta-Jones. Knowing damn well, as soon as he would have went and climbed up the car, his knee would have gave out, he would have fell, he'd been ran over by several cars.
Last week, I was on a rock.
He would have scorpion-tailed across the cab, and he probably would have shot himself and shit down his back. You know it. Why? Because he was 73 years old, man.
Imagine skin spots covered in shit.
He never would have made it to the roof. He would have fucking dove and would have went in between the cars and got hit. And then it kept hitting his big ass. And he just sat there, just laid there with his arm draped over the hood, still shitting himself and getting hit by cars.
That's fucked up.
Why? Because it's impossible. Unless you're Action Jackson. The moral of the story is, folks, leave Mike Tyson alone. Let that man be himself. Let these celebrities, let these people, I know we love them. We love to be around them. We love to say hi and be noticed and all that. And I get it. Everybody wants to be noticed at least once. Amber Heard wanted to be noticed. She wanted to be where Johnny Depp was. That guy wanted to be where Mike Tyson was. These people want to be. The guy who sat there and was held hostage to write Conan the Barbarian while the half-naked physical barbarian was over him, draped and ghost haunting him and promising to rape him and all this other stuff. He wanted to be that. He wanted to live like that. People sometimes want what they can't have. Or at least that's what they say. But I like to think people want what they shouldn't have. Why? Because we hate being told that we shouldn't have it.
If I had $1 million.
Yeah. So, folks, sometimes, when we say we want something and we get so frustrated about why don't we have it, maybe it's not necessarily about what we're putting out or what we're taking in. Maybe there's a good reason somehow in the universe that says, just not this. You can have all the greatness and everything that you want, but this is not the way for it. Harassing Mike Tyson is not going to put you on his friends list. Believing and telling everybody that a half-naked barbarian is haunting you in your sleep is not the way to get this story out. As a matter of fact, leave that out for the next 40, 50 years. Tell them about that after Arnold Schwarzenegger is too old to do this fucking films. But don't mention it at all because you'll kill this fucking career. Maybe someone should have told Amber Heard, you know what, bitch? Just settle. Just leave. Take Elon Musk and do what you do. Please don't draw this out. Leave Johnny Depp alone. Cut your losses. You got too much shit in your closet, and we don't got the lock and key to hold this shit together. If somebody just would take that road and give that advice, maybe, just maybe, some of these people will listen. Instead of fucking up or fumbling the opportunity at their bag. That's just something.
You live and you learn.
You do. But sometimes those lessons got a bigger price to pay than you think. Because some of those lessons you can't just walk away from and just say, yep, I'll try again tomorrow. Some of those lessons was, the lesson is, you no longer play here. We'll see.
We shall see. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we have reached the end of our week here at HiddenHeartRadio.com and the Method Lab. So thank you for joining us all week. Again, coming up next, we have Fire in the Streets with OG Gotti. Featuring DJ Elizar coming up next. So make sure you stay locked in. Make sure you stay tuned in. And join us for all of our other shows this weekend and programming. Make sure you tune in, hit the bell so you get the notifications. And remember, not only do we do Facebook shows, we also do web exclusive when we do music. So make sure you go to the website, bookmark the site, and stay tuned. We will be back on Monday for the Monday Hangover. So make sure you join us. Again, tune in next, Fire in the Streets. We are out.
What you doing still in bed, man? Yo, you need to punch in for that morning shift MKE with Sair right here on HiddenHeartRadio.com exclusively from 10 to 2 p.m. Check it out, man. You're missing out.
Do you have a product or project or establishment that you need to promote? Let us help you get noticed. Take advantage of Hidden Heart Radio's Artist and Business of the Week April sale for $300. HiddenHeartRadio.com brings over 80,000 listeners a week in front of your art, craft, and or business. For more information, contact Sair at 414-502-7808. Once again, 414-502-7808. For all your advertising needs from the pulse of the city, HittenHardRadio.com.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune in Monday through Friday from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. to OG Gotti and Fire in the Streets exclusively here on HiddenHeartRadio.com.
The METHOD Lab.